This video is to show you how to use this comb, the Dematting Comb by Safari, which is absolutely perfect for just thinning out the coat, especially in the areas that get a little bit too thick that don't really need to be cut out, trimmed out, but just thinned out with this. Now, I've already done quite a bit of work on this little bit of an area, and I've pulled out a lot of hair from this spot because she plays with my two other puppies, and when dogs play with each other, they tend to bite each other on the neck. So this comes out, and as you can see, it gets a lot of it out. This has to come out anyway, regardless of whether it's gotten matted and chunky anyway. It needs to come out. And because these teeth are sharp, they're like farm tool blades. It cuts through the mat, so it doesn't pull on the coat. It doesn't pull on the skin. And even though there's no such thing as a dog that looks forward to being combed, they just don't. This doesn't hurt them at all. Just look at that. That's great stuff. Always makes me feel real happy when I see this come out, because that's all stuff that needs to come out anyway. Because this is a non-shedding breed, and that means that the hair doesn't come out on its own. So when it does get too thick, it does have to be forcibly taken out. So if I can do this with a cast on my arm, anybody can. It's also really good for the mustache and goatee. Yep. And especially under here. Under the chin tends to get very, you've got to clean it out often though, otherwise it gets a little bit sticky and it pulls. Whenever I hit a bit like this that's a little bit thick or chunky, instead of pulling through it, I go in, grab a little bit and then pull out. And I support the skin with my fingers by holding the skin as much as I can so that it doesn't pull on them. So this way, you can take these chunks out. She's gotten a little bit too chunky just lately because it's been very rainy weather here in LA this year, and the rainy weather makes their coat get a little sticky and chunky. So by rights I should have done this about a month ago really, and it wouldn't have been so difficult. So if you do it a little bit more often when you think about it, and you don't get distracted, it's very, very easy. It's almost too easy. It's almost like it's so easy you don't really think you're doing anything. But it's better to do it more often and have it be too easy. And this way, you can keep all the problem areas under control without having to have their whole coat taken off. So we just go through, and this is all really good stuff. Like I said, I'm remiss. I should have done this probably 4 to 6 weeks ago. I'm just going to leave it at that for now, and we'll do part 2 later on. Well, that way it's not too drawn out. Yes.